Hi, I'm Ryan and you're watching Tips for Healthy Living. Today's tip is about elderly depression, the not so golden years. A lot of people think that depression is a normal thing that happens when one gets older. This couldn't be further from the truth. Depression in the elderly is actually a widespread problem that a lot of people just try to ignore. Adults over the age of 60 are 5 times more likely to be depressed or suicidal than younger people. Depression is not a normal part of getting old. Symptoms can be confused with what is part of the normal aging process, and for that reason, it's easy not to recognize, or people just completely ignore it and just think, oh, they're getting old and they're grumpy. You know, it's not the case. I'm going to tell you 5 common things related to elderly depression so that you can help yourself or someone you love, or both. So here are the 5 common things related to elderly depression and that you should look for. Health problems. When you get older, you get more problems. And here are just a few of them. Rheumatism, arthritis, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, dementia, and Alzheimer's. And that's just a few of them. That's a lot to deal with, okay? The older you get, the greater your risk of having one of these, and that feelings are often ignored because controlling physical pain when you're treating one of those things is the patient's main focus. Usually there's more than just one health issue, so feeling associated with depression can be mistaken as symptoms for something else. Disease can mask depression. Number 2, medication can cause depression. Do not medicate unless you absolutely need to, and you should always keep a list of what you're taking, because if you mix things together, it's never a good thing. So you should keep a list handy for your loved ones and your doctor, and really read what your medication is that you're taking, what's on there, because a lot of them cause depression as a side effect. Okay? Number 3, and this is the biggest one. To me, it would be the biggest one. Grief over the loss of a spouse or loved one. You just spent your entire life, or a big, huge chunk of it, so you just lost that person. That's a huge time to be sad. This is the biggest one for suicide among men. Losing a spouse leaves a surviving partner feeling empty and alone. Some will feel abandoned because their adult children have their own lives to worry about and feel like they're just going to bother them by talking to them. When a couple gets separated by death, the survivor often holds off from dating. The chances of reconnecting with another person the same age or with similar interests is fairly low. This leads to isolation and feeling like you're just drifting throughout the day. A great way to combat that is to get out there and be social. You might not find another love connection, but friendships can be just as rewarding. Number 4, loss of independence. I know this would bother me. Imagine not being able to do what you want when you want to. The physical loss of mobility is a big life changer. Being forced to increasingly rely on others to do daily tasks also makes you feel useless and not in control, and can be embarrassing depending on what it is. Big life changes like moving into a nursing home definitely can leave you feeling like you don't have control over your life. This event causes stress, heartache, and even can lead to heartbreak. You know, if you put your mother or father into a nursing home, you feel like you're not wanted, you're just getting cast aside. So you got to keep that in mind too about what it would feel like if you were that person being put aside. If anything, you should be helping and visiting your loved ones more. Number 5, reduced sense of purpose. Having a purpose means different things to different people. Institutions often reduce a person's sense of purpose. Even if you're living independently, you can still feel useless. So, if you have a loved one that's elderly and they are in a home or are on their own, just try and help them create more friendships, or put aside time to visit mom or dad or grandma or grandpa, and you know, they're still part of your family. So visit them, put a smile on their face. Thanks for watching Tips for Healthy Living. I'm Ryan, and I'll see you next time.